Welcome to the latest edition of Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts, where almost no subject is off limits. Now, here are your hosts, Boomer Diane Faith and Millennial at heart, Stanley Roberts.
Hi, guys. Happy Sunday. Happy May 21st.
May the 21st be with you?
Sure, why not? Thanks, Gabriel, for telling us that was a nice photo.
Yeah. So, but I understand why you had though.
Yeah, why nice photo, though? Why just not nice photo? Gabriel, minds are inquiring.
Inquiring minds want to know.
There you go, inquiring minds want to know.
So, while we're waiting for more people to join, you guys can watch this.
Pay attention to what you're doing at all times. That means if you have a habit of using your cell phone while you're driving, please don't do that. That is one of the main concerns of ours, distracted driving. If you see a stop sign, please stop fully. The extra 5 seconds you take might be the difference between you getting home safely or you might be involved in a collision.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hello, everybody.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around.
At this time, we're basically conducting directed enforcement in the Woodside, Portola Valley, and North Fair Oaks area, which is covered by the San Mateo Sheriff's Office. Our main goal is to reduce collision rates and make the roadway safer. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I'm Officer Nudie with the South San Francisco Police Department.
Nice.
Okay, the reason why I'm pulling you over, miss, is that I'm monitoring traffic here on Kenyatta at Jefferson Avenue here, and I noticed your vehicle coming to the stop in the intersection. I noticed that you don't have a front license plate, and you also don't have any registration tabs on your rear license plate. Did you know that? Okay. May I please see your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance? One simple violation of not having a front plate can lead to multiple violations once contacted by the police during a traffic stop. So I also have another thing.
Yeah.
Do you know your license is expired?
We
Ruh,
tried
ruh.
the renovation online.
We'll come back to this driver in a moment.
One thing I've noticed out here is the sheer amount of cars with no front plates.
Yes. For some strange reason, people still do not attach their front plate. So basically, when you buy a new vehicle or obtain a vehicle from the Department of Motor Vehicles and you register it, you're issued 2 metal license plates, 9 times out of 10 they're metal, from the Department of Motor Vehicles. And the law states that you are to affix both plates to the exterior bumpers of your vehicle. Hello, sir.
Hello.
I'm Officer Nudie with the South San Francisco Police Department.
Yes, sir.
The reason why I stopped you, sir, is that I noticed that your vehicle doesn't have a front license plate. And you do realize I said the DMV still gives you 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
This is a brand new car. So I got the. I'm sure we've got the plate. I just don't know where it's at.
The reason why I'm pulling you over, I'm part of a county program called STEP, Saturation Traffic Enforcement Program. It's in San Mateo County, of course. Every month we rotate cities and jurisdictions. They tell us to enforce traffic laws, directed enforcement in certain areas. And that's what we do today. That's what I do for the entire day. So you do realize under 5200A of the California Vehicle Code, regardless if you buy the car from somebody else or a dealership, you register the vehicle with the DMV, you have to have plates on, both plates on the car. And they have to be affixed to the vehicle. In the old days, you used to put it in the windshield. That doesn't count anymore, okay? If you buy it used and it only has 1 plate, you have to go to the DMV and get another plate issued to you when the vehicle is registered, okay?
Oh yeah, remember the white Range Rover that had no front plate, but also had no registration tabs in the back?
Somebody needs to have a valid driver's license to operate the car.
Get our driver here and.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, however you guys want to start working that now.
Our driver.
Yeah. Fortunately, one of the other passengers, who was an adult, did not also have his driver's license in his possession, and they facilitated somebody to come pick them up, and they parked the car on the side of the road.
Wow.
Now, to some of you out there, you believe that these traffic stops are, petty. But, historically speaking, pretext traffic stops often lead to other things.
That is true. Timothy McVeigh is one of the prime examples.
In San Mateo County, Stanley Roberts for Mr. Badly TV.
There you go. That was the latest one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm working on something for tomorrow. I was at Beta Breakers this morning. We've been up since
We've been at Beta.
since the crack of dawn.
We were at Beta Breakers this morning. That was my first time to be out there for a very long time because I was never with you on your shoots.
Yeah, it was a little bit tamer this year, I think. Just a little bit.
It looked like it.
But it was still a lot of people. But the difference this year than I've seen before was that normally there's a lot of spectators. This time there weren't as many spectators, but I think there were more actual people participating in Beta Breakers. And it's funny because it's called a athletic event because of the first 10 minutes of the race.
I mean, there are people past the first 10 minutes that are legitimately trying to run it. I've been one of those people.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is though the other portion of it were people who basically just came there for a party.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with partying. However, I did get some guy gave me a tongue lashing.
He did. His name was Karen. Well, his costume name was Karen, so it was appropriate.
It was appropriate. He was a Karen, and he said, but he wanted to tell me something that was he wanted to strip his Karen persona away and become a Karen. He literally became a Karen twice.
I guess.
In costume?
In costume and by talking to you?
Yeah, and by talking to you.
Gabriel says sunrise was at 5:55 a.m. Ironically, we woke up around that time.
Well, we were supposed to get up at 5.
Yeah, but his alarm didn't go off.
Siri failed me.
He said he told her to set the alarm for 5 o'clock. Apparently she confirmed though.
She did. She said.
And then when we woke up, it was way past 5. So.
Yeah. So right. Yeah. Chris, we had the double Karen. And I was like, wait, you're a Karen? And he goes, yeah, but I want to take off my Karen persona and become a real person for a second. And he told me that for 15 years, I have been trashing Beta Breakers.
Yeah.
So
but he also wanted to make sure that he mentioned he was a fan of your work and he supports you, but not when it comes to your Beta Breakers coverage.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so you guys will get to see that in his piece, which you're working on now. So.
Well, it would have been. I was trying to have it done for today. I really was. But I need to invest in a more powerful computer system.
Yeah, that's true. We both actually just work on our laptops. And when it comes to editing, I don't do as much editing, but when it comes to editing, these things are not, I don't know what's the right word. Like they're okay. They're not powerful. Like it takes a lot of power from a machine, a computer to really edit. And especially when you're using so many clips.
So when I encoded the video today, half of the video encoded properly and the other half had no audio. So then I had to go back and start from scratch and encode everything all over again. I don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to Adobe Premiere, but it has some bugs in it. One of the bugs is that every now and then when I go to encode, and when I say encode, because when you shoot it on the camera, that's not when you put it on your laptop, all you see is pixels.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to run through the encoder, which has to it takes all the pixels and unscrambles them and puts them in the spot.
When you were working at a news station, did you edit on a laptop or a desktop?
I used a laptop, but we were using a different software, which was Edius was the worst software. This worst software in the world because every time you put more than 2 lines of code, it would crash. So you're right in the middle of editing. You got to get your thing on the air, and all of a sudden, and sometimes when it crashed, it would erase everything.
That's the worst.
So now I edit, but I am not by any way, shape, or means one of the best editors in the world.
But you're better than me.
I'm learning this Adobe is new to me because I learned it in Arizona and I'm still using it, but it's still not as.
It's not as user friendly.
As well to me, it's not. I'm learning more and more, but but the new software I want to get, the new equipment I want to get has a keyboard that's made just for Adobe, and I need a stronger what do you call it?
Yeah, Chris says they lack the processing power to plow through the video.
They do.
Which
And
is, yeah.
after a while, they gotta get a little bit. Hey, I don't want to do the rest. I'll just do the video with no audio. And I've had many cases where I've done the encoding, come back and move it all over, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And the first thing you think of is operator error. So I'm like, oh my God, I shot an entire story with no audio. But then I go, wait, no, I didn't, because I was listening to it, I'm monitoring it.
Yeah.
But why don't I hear it when I try to edit with it? So, and I've burned through laptops with Adobe.
Adobe. And then another thing that we came across here that I didn't even realize was a thing was majority of our new place is carpet, and so he's coming across
Static,
what is it called?
static charge.
Yeah.
So what the static charge is something I learned new is that, and I have a audio voice recorder, and the last one I got when I had it, it would record anything. It just kept giving me error. And I was like, oh, this thing's broke. Turns out that it wasn't broke. That the carpet out in this here, because of the fog and the cold air and all that, creates a really big static charge.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
And then I knew that when I worked for Integrated Device Technology, that we had to wear little wristbands to keep things from charging because it would damage the microprocessors. So I'm aware that it happens, but I didn't know that it would happen to a memory card. So what it was doing was it was erasing my memory cards. Everything you put on it would just vanish. And so you have to be very careful when you deal with static and electronics. So I need to get an actual physical office that is regular floor, not carpet. And I mean, I guess the only option I have would be to spray the entire house with what's that stuff?
Oh, the static guard thing?
Static guard, but yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. I actually really like carpet, but I don't like all of the carpet we have, though. But that's another story for another day. Chris says slacker laptop.
So Eric wrote, static and sensitive electronics don't mix. Wearing one of those straps helps. Yeah, but
what straps?
The straps that we used to wear that were, we had a table that was grounded, and there was a little plug there. So we took a strap on our wrist, and then
the one you were just referring to.
Yeah, when I worked at
Integrated.
when I worked in high tech, and their argument to us was that you have to wear those straps because we were working on microprocessors or computer chips for fighter jets. So you don't want the fighter jet microprocessor to fail. Computer, cancel.
Why did she just start talking? What triggered her to listen? She's like
heard,
listening to our conversation about microchips.
Yeah, I know.
Just so you know, that was our Alexa that when we name her something else. But
She's about to get fired because she don't want to do her job anymore.
She still listens to us. Like, why?
I remember one day she turned on every radio in the house.
In Phoenix?
I think it was.
Because it wasn't here.
Yeah, let's see. Everything came on at the same time.
Chris says no carpet in my apartment, but that's because it's way too humid for carpet here.
Yeah, we have it's cold here. Like if you're, no matter where we are, where we live at, it's always 20 degrees cooler than anywhere else. And in some cases, 30 degrees cooler.
It's been foggy here like all week too.
Can't see nothing.
Yeah. But we drive down like a couple of miles and it's nice and sunny.
So back to Beta Breakers. It was interesting because I hadn't been there since 2018.
Yeah.
But
I hadn't been there since I never went when you covered it, but before that I had been there since I ran the race and cleaned up after the race.
But it was like I never left.
Is it really? Yeah, because people recognized you. They're like, Stanley, but then a lot of them were like, didn't you move to Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of when people spot him in public, they're like, I thought you lived in Arizona.
But I will tell you this. Those stories I've done over the years have resulted in some major changes to the event. Clearly, major changes to the event. And people have came up to me and told me, hey, the stories you've done made a difference because they changed things, and now things are they better? Are they worse? I guess you have to wait and see. Some things you can't change.
That's true.
You can engineer a new mountain, but if you got idiots trying to climb it, it is what it is. Gross 90 degrees Fahrenheit and 73% humidity.
Oh gosh, Chris, that doesn't sound good at all.
Ooh, that's terrible. I thought you got rid of that insert name here. Haha.
Got rid of what?
I don't know. That's what Gabriel wrote, but I think I missed something else that he wrote earlier.
I'm confused by that, Sammy. I think
No.
I might have missed something else too.
So if we yawn while we're talking to you, it's not because we're lazy. We've been up since the wee hours of the morning, and then we went to bed at 9. Though we went to bed early.
Yeah, we did go to bed early.
Don't mix. Wearing one of those strap helps. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, got rid of. Oh, Alexa.
Oh yeah. Well, we thought about it. She doesn't want to do her job lately, and then she'd just be eavesdropping. And we changed her name from Alexa to COM,
PUTER.
and she still answers to every other thing.
Yeah.
So we thought by changing her name, but then it's weird. We changed her name to COMPTUR. Spell it.
COMPUTER.
But then when the TV comes on and they use the word,
COMPUTER.
she responds.
Yeah, she does. And then she starts talking. But the one thing she used to do for us that we that she doesn't do anymore for some reason is we have these strip lights across our TV or right behind our TV, so like, you know, it lights up behind it or whatever. And now she doesn't turn it on. But then she starts asking us about our we have a iRobot mop that I call Rosie the Robot from the Jetsons. And she now asks about Rosie the Robot every single time. And I'm like, what happened to the strip lights? Somewhere down the line, I don't know, when we had maybe our power went out for we had a power outage for like half of a day here. And I don't know if that's when she got screwed up, but she's messing with us.
She's been giving us grief ever since.
Well, I wouldn't call it grief, but she's just messing with us.
Yeah, she's and then she talks to us on our watches. It's a different person, right?
It's not actually a person, but it's the one that didn't set your alarm clock this morning. I don't want to say her name either.
Now, can we talk about artificial intelligence for a minute?
We can if you want. Oh yeah, because you experimented with Chat GPT.
So they have a thing on Chat GPT. Right now they have a thing with it on. If you buy it through Apple, you can buy it for a lifetime for one price. You have to no more renewing, and then it's just one price. And so I decided to give it a shot and see what it has to offer. And it actually offered you some relatively good tips to help you with what you were trying to do.
Oh yeah, you did put in a search. Yeah. So because sometimes it's hard to come up with. I'm not very active on social media, but I'm gonna try to be, especially with my nutrition page. If you're not following me on that, my Instagram page is where I'm gonna try to be a little bit more active, and that page is nourishmyheart_. If you care to follow me. So I recently started a nutritional therapy business. And I was looking for ideas for content, and Stanley had searched Chat GPT to see some ideas, and it was weird. It had outlined a whole week's worth of content ideas, some of which I had already thought of, and others which I was like, oh, that's cool, maybe I'm going to be able to use that. So it did work for me in less than 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in a way, it's very beneficial, but I can also see how Chat GPT could be bad, because I think what's happening too is some people are using it to write their whole essays and papers for school, and just to get out of doing the actual work, which I could see could backfire. But then there are some beneficial uses, like I was saying, where I think it could help give ideas. So it's not it's doing some of the work for you, but obviously you're still finishing the work. But the ideas, the brainstorming part about it, I actually like. Because I wouldn't use Chat GPT to write my content for me, because I want the content to be from me. But I would consider using it for brainstorming, like he initially did for me. So in that way, I see it to be beneficial.
Yep, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Keep talking for a second.
Oh, Jeanette said tech difficulties? No, we didn't select the wrong network. We're on our 5G, not extension. It says that we seem blurry. You know what's interesting? So on YouTube, I was on YouTube earlier, and it did seem blurry. On Twitch, it seems fine. So with YouTube, I actually refreshed it and it came back no longer blurry. So I don't know if that's something where you guys might just need to start YouTube again. But we're both actually not on our extension. We're right near the what do you call it? The Wi-Fi name, the router, whatever. We're on the appropriate one, so might just need to refresh.
So this is a Chat GPT, which I asked it a simple question. All I did was put in my name and North Hollywood shootout. That's all I did.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw what Chris said, and that's what I was like. That's what I was referring to. He says, I have fellow professors who have started seeing students submitting work written by Chat GPT, and they're quite easy to spot. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people are using it, like students are using it for like papers and stuff, and it's like, okay. But then that makes sense though, because then you can go back and check the work.
Yeah. So can you see that?
I can see it, yeah.
So that is when I put in Stanley Roberts and North Hollywood shootout, and GPT pulled this up. Can you read that loud?
Yeah. Stanley Roberts is a journalist and television producer known for his work on the show Caught Misbehaving. He gained notoriety, I cannot say that word, notoriety for his coverage of the 1997 North Hollywood shootout, where two heavily armed bank robbers engaged in a prolonged gun battle with police officers. Roberts was one of the first reporters on the scene and provided live coverage of the event. He interviewed witnesses and captured footage of the chaos and destruction caused by the shootout. His coverage was widely praised for its accuracy and bravery as he put himself in harm's way to provide up-to-date information to the public. The North Hollywood shootout was a defining moment in the history of law enforcement as it highlighted the need for police departments to equip their officers with better weapons and equipment to deal with heavily armed criminals. It also sparked a national debate about gun control laws and the availability of military-style weapons to civilians. Roberts' coverage of the North Hollywood shootout helped to bring attention to the issue and shed light on the dangers faced. Oh.
No.
I wasn't done reading.
No, it's okay. You're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to keep reading?
No, go ahead. Come back.
Faced by police officers in the line of duty. His reporting has been recognized with numerous awards, including an Emmy for Outstanding Achievement in News and Documentary Programming. Did you forget I was reading for a second?
No.
You scrolled up?
No, I scrolled up, but it's 8 seconds. I figured you'd be done by then. So I wrote here because
wait, what?
That's
You think I read that fast?
Yeah. So just for the record, so Chat GPT almost got it right, as I wrote on the same tweet.
Because you weren't the reporter, right?
Yeah, I worked with Mary Grady at the time. We worked together, and I will tell you this: that we were,
Oh, she's a PIO now?
She's a PIO now.
Nice.
She worked for the airport for a little bit. So let me close that. So what I was trying to say was, with that whole thing, she it was pretty much accurate, except for I wasn't a reporter.
Yeah.
So
you were the photojournalist.
But we ended up in the middle of the shootout by accident. So crazy as it gets, that's about one of the craziest times of my life. And when we came back to do a follow-up on the story the next day, that's when we found out that some of the rounds that were fired by these guys were found 2 blocks away.
And there she goes.
And there she goes.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but now she's asking about Rosie the robot. So
yeah, she's been a lot active, but for nothing we want.
Well, Gabriel said it really well earlier. He goes, he said she doesn't want to do the job you want to do. She wants to do the job she wants to do.
So we're going back to AI and artificial intelligence. Those who don't know what that means, and it's taking, it's doing, it's. A lot of us watch way too much TV. So, do you know where I'm getting to? You know where I'm heading?
No.
Okay, so artificial intelligence destroyed the world in what movie?
Oh, the one with Will Smith, right? Is
No.
No, iRobot?
No.
Oh.
Destroyed the world. iRobot just killed 2 people.
Oh. I don't know.
Terminator.
Oh, yeah. Well, you should have said
Cyberdyne.
You should have said old movie.
I said movie.
You should have said old.
Everything.
I don't watch movies.
Every movie that's not made yet is old.
I don't watch movies.
I don't watch the movies. So everybody's mind is on this whole Cyberdyne, that the world's going to come to an end and it's going to be killed by robots. And and we probably are, but if we're dumb enough to let robots rule our life, then I guess.
Well, I think that like we're not. I don't know. I'm assuming that we're not letting them rule our lives on purpose. I
Yeah.
think we're doing it by accident because we're becoming too dependent on them because we're becoming, and when I say we, not just me and him, but like humans, we're becoming too dependent on them to do things we don't want to do anymore. So maybe not lazy, but we don't we want to make it easier, right? And so because we're becoming dependent on them, I think by accident, like we're setting it up so that they can take over.
So when you went to Beta, Jeanette wrote,
Hey,
you
nonsense.
survived Beta Breakers.
We did survive Beta Breakers.
How many penises did you see?
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so like I said earlier, I haven't been to Beta Breakers for years. The last time I went I think I was still in high school, to be honest. I did not do Beta Breakers in college. So yeah, I was in high school. So this was probably like late 90s, early 2000s. It was gross. Like I mean, Beta Breakers for the most part didn't seem as crazy as when he was covering it years ago, but I saw so many naked guys. I was so grossed out. And again, I've seen naked people before, but I think I was just in a place where like I didn't really think that I was going to see as many. And there was a group of people, they were keeping count of how many naked men and naked women there were.
And when we left town, it was 85.
Yeah, it might have gone up. Who
Yeah.
knows? But it was 85 men and 15 women. I didn't see any of the naked women, but I saw like maybe a dozen naked men. And here's the thing. Most of them were all old.
Okay.
Like there were
so
no
the
young
naked
ones.
the naked people, the people that are naked are the ones that probably shouldn't be naked.
Right. But I mean, okay, I don't want to body shame. I think, I'm glad that they're comfortable in their bodies. That's amazing. But it's an athletic race though that people end up going crazy on so that they think they can run naked. I think that there's somewhere along the lines, don't they say like you need clothes? Like you need to be wearing clothes during this race?
Clothes are required. You know what's funny though? So here's what people don't know. Is that they walk the entire city streets buck naked. When they get to Golden Gate Park, they have to put their clothes on.
Because it's a park.
Because it's a public park.
Public park.
No, the park has rules that you have to wear clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So some people don't carry clothes with them at all. So they get to that whole point, they can't go any further because they didn't bring any clothes.
Yeah.
So there they are, buck naked, sitting on the
stuck.
benches, just sitting there waiting for somebody to bring up some clothes. Not a poorly planned out mission.
So weird though, because like I think I saw maybe 2 young naked guys. The rest were all old.
But remember though, San Francisco had the whole thing with the nakedness. Remember?
Right. I remember that.
Remember I did the story. I went to the Castro.
I do.
And I said I had a guy. He was buck naked as a jaybird.
Sitting in a chair, right?
And I said, I know what you're wondering. I said, what kind of drink is he drinking? Because the drink, I managed to place all the food.
Yep.
Just strategically to block all
the inappropriate
the
parts.
genitalia. Yeah. And then they were sitting buck naked on these metal chairs. No towels, no OJ, no straw. And
I'm not gonna finish that.
And so then that's when I think Wiener. You can't make this up.
That's the guy. That's the Scott. Is it Scott?
It's Wiener, yeah, Scott Wiener.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
What's his position? I forget.
He was a supervisor at the time.
Supervisor. Okay,
so he heard enough. I mean, so Wiener heard enough about all the other Wieners that were sitting buck naked on the chairs.
Oh.
And they passed a rule saying that you have to put a towel down to sit in the chair.
I can't.
And then there was that one guy who was standing out there just with a beanie on, buck naked. Turns out he was a registered sex offender.
Oh.
And what really got me was that people came online to what do you call it? Defend the guy, even though he was a 290 PC, which is a section.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so like, well, we don't know what he was charged with. You know what?
Well, that tends to happen where people come.
But if you're not allowed to, if he wasn't allowed to leave Fremont or wherever he was in East Bay.
But he came to San Francisco.
He can't San Francisco. He can get away with it. He stood there posing, and I had to blur all. And then he attacked me.
How did you guys find out he was a registered
Because after he attacked me,
Oh.
I decided to find out who he was. If you're gonna
Did they
attack
track
me,
him down?
no, I tracked him down.
No. Did they track him down and do anything afterwards?
I don't know. That wasn't. He was under. He was still under PC, whatever. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I just wanted to find out who this guy was. Why was he so cantankerous?
Because he was a registered.
Everybody else out there knew they were naked, didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do the story. There was no issue. He decided that he was going to beat me up, which is not going to happen. But he wanted to.
But it was because he had something to hide.
Yeah.
Chris says they're the old hippies. Jeanette says no one punched you this year. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Bill Van Ram. I did spot one naked female.
Oh, I didn't see her.
No, I saw two. One of them. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
He said, "I bet Stanley spotted." Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I misread. I thought it said something else at first.
Okay.
And I happened to just spot all the males. Great.
So it's weird because it's a family event with naked butts everywhere.
It's not just naked butts.
Okay, naked penises. And one guy, he had a Chivas Regal bag over his genitalia.
There was another guy that had a chain on his.
Yeah, I know. You wanted to go post chain.
No, I did not. I did not want.
You want the Yankees chain?
I did. Oh my gosh, no. I did not want to do anything with any of those people. Nobody.
You know the bad part is every time you look to try to look away from one.
The guy was following us.
Yeah.
Every time I tried to get away from this one guy, I turned around. He was right behind us, and I was like, "Why is this guy still behind us?"
Anon said, "I have no opinion on San Francisco.
I don't want to see any more genitalia." Anon, aren't your Celtics playing right now?
He's
Celtics
watching.
in the Heat.
He's watching.
What's the score? Because I know that the Celtics are down 0-0. Gabriel says Stanley Roberts was brutally attacked after his octopus joke. That graphic was funny. Did you guys see Stanley's? So we were hanging out with Chef May. And
yes, that is Chef May.
And we were hanging out with Chef May from Hip Hop Barbecue Shack. And Stanley decided to tell his jokes that he thinks are very funny. And Chef May was trying to figure out the answer and knocked down his phone, and then you put up the graphic about.
Well, it
was funny.
So let me go backwards, because I told the joke and she had such a great response that I was like, I wish I had recorded it. You know how you had that great response to somebody when you wish, man, if I could have had it on video, it'd have been gold. It was really great the way she tried to respond.
Yeah.
So then I decided, wait, let's do this again.
Do it again.
This time, just tell me what you said again. And, but the thing is, when she sees the phone pointing at her, she does this. And she stared at it like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, what you just did. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Yes, you did. You just did it. And then so she tried to do it, and then she smacks the phone out of my hand.
Well, because I think she didn't actually realize you were recording the other time.
Anyway.
But Gabriel says no offense. Okay, anybody who starts something with no offense,
it's going to offend somebody.
It's going to offend someone.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. No offense, but her reaction was funnier than the joke. That's your opinion. I think, the joke to me was never funny.
Well, the joke itself is a dad joke.
Every time he tells the joke, I don't think it's funny. But what I do think is funny is when people, it just dawns on people, oh, that's the answer. Oh, I get it. That's the funny part to me. But I personally don't think the joke is funny. Some people do actually think it's funny.
Yeah, some people. And it's funny when you tell them the joke and they don't get it until 5 minutes later.
Yeah, people are really slow. I was even slow to get that joke.
Well, did I offend you? I don't get offended.
No, well, he doesn't get offended. But some people would get offended. So, usually when people start off with, no offense, they're going to say something more than likely that's rude, that's going to offend the person. Or what's the other one? I don't mean to be mean, but... And then whatever they say after that is usually mean. So when they preface it with oh, I just want to put a little what's the word? A little disclaimer here. Then that usually means that you're about to do whatever you said you weren't going to do. That's how I see it. But you don't easily get offended, so it doesn't matter for him. But when someone tells me no offense, but when I was growing up and people would bully me, No offense, but your shoes look old. Okay, so that sounds like that's mean. My shoes look like who cares? Like if my shoes look old, like does it matter? Are my shoes hurting you? Like you know what I mean?
Read.
So, anyways.
No offense, but I'm offended by your
Your-
offense of my offendedness.
Oh, Chris, you always just know how to take it to another level, a good level.
Sorry. My favorite self-incriminating disclaimer is no copyright infringement. You know, I love when people dry snitch on themselves when they go, "This is not my footage,"
Oh yeah, I see that a lot on Instagram.
and I owe no rights to this footage.
Yeah,
So basically, what you're saying is, I stole this footage, and now I'm snitching myself out.
yeah, I see that on Instagram a lot.
Yeah. Someone taught people that if you write that, then you won't be dinged by social media.
That's not true though.
No, it's not. You're probably going to bring it out to yourself more than you get. But you know what really gets you dinged more than anything else in the world? Your friends. Because they snitch you out that you have music on there, or that you did something they don't like. So they write it.
Like in the comments.
No, they just go back and flag it.
Oh, but
Your friends, people that,
Right.
well, you know, everybody's friends on social media.
no, not everybody's.
No, you know what I mean.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's friends, like followers, friends, you know, use that word, but it's like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So yes, Jeanette, we survived beta breakers. We have been up since 5:50. I took a little bit of a nap though.
She took a nap.
He did not. My nap was okay because I kept waking up, so I'm still tired. But
When we get done this, I'm going to go and lay in the bed and watch TV until tomorrow morning.
you gonna watch TV until midnight?
No, I'm going to watch TV until I fall asleep, and then next you know it'll be tomorrow morning.
Oh well, after this, I'm going to do some work.
All right. Well, what kind of work?
I don't know. We'll see.
So where are our people at? Let's see. We got God Bless America.
Roses are red.
Hello,
red.
Tyson.
Diamonds
Miss
are blue.
you in the PD Group Enforcement Day. Miss you on the PD Group Enforcement Day.
Oh, when's that?
When is that one?
Oh, you might miss you. So that means it passed already.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a PD Group Enforcement Day. Where was that supposed to be? Because I did. I definitely missed it. There's nothing in there.
Well, on the national calendar, it's January 9th.
No, I missed that.
But I think that's.
But hello, Tyson.
Probably it might be different though.
Oh, in the past. Okay. Well, you know, I've been out with STEP lately, and we're going to start. Other agencies have reached out for me to do some stuff with them as well. But Beta Breakers was kind of like, I haven't been there since 2018, and a lot of changes. A lot of changes. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they better?
You'll show them all.
We'll see. We'll see. Some things never change, and some things have. So, anyway, so we're not going to be on long tonight because we're both wiped out, honestly. But we just wanted to come on here and chit chat, scallywhack, and say hi. We know who hadn't joined in yet. David F. Baum hadn't shown up yet. Neither has. She said it's better now. The audio, the video.
Oh, okay.
Who else hasn't shown up yet? Arcade Revolution. Jace. So all the guys, everybody's here. Hello. I'm glad you could join us. We're missing a few of our normals, our regulars, and Gabriel's here. Of course.
Jeanette and Chris are here. Everybody's here.
I just said not everybody's here.
No, I said everybody's here.
I just said not everybody's here.
And then I said everybody's here. Everybody who's here is meant to be here. Let's just say that.
All
We
right.
appreciate you being here with us.
All right.
Gabriel says, by the way, your 100th Millennial Boom was 52 weeks ago. So that was a year ago.
Nice. So is this number 200 then?
No.
Okay, just check.
It would be like 152 maybe. But we probably have skipped a few. So because we haven't done it every week.
Yeah, we almost didn't do it today because we were like, I don't know. Because, you know, the setup here is quite extensive with all the wiring.
Yeah, we haven't figured out. So, you know, if you've noticed, and you've been with us for a long time, you've noticed we've got like new equipment, like headphones now. We got the mixer, the mics, And for a long time, we didn't have any of that. And then you guys, if you guys were with us from the beginning, you know that we started out doing this podcast with our cell phone. So a lot has changed over the past like 3 years that we've been doing this. But yeah, I think now that the more equipment we have, though, the longer it takes to set up. And so if we don't get into the groove of setting up, then it's like, oh man. But we were like, no, we want to be here. We just won't be on as long because
In a perfect world,
we are retired.
we walk into a studio, there's
Yeah.
a mic, everything's set up, we sit there, we do our thing, they hand us something to drink, some coffee or something, some tea, whatever it is, we do our podcast, they say, Mr. Roberts, thank you, have a good day, and then we leave.
Well, we don't, and the thing too about our spa is we don't have a designated, I mean, we do have this designated area, but it's also, we use it for multiple things. So it's not
Like to eat on?
Yeah, like to eat on, like to work on. So we don't have this set up just like there. We break it down every single time.
Break it down.
Break it down. Oh, so Gabriel says this is 136 for us.
Yes.
Episode. Oh yeah, Betty's also not here. And he says he watched JK Grammar's stream earlier today. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Marie also isn't here, but last time I said that she popped on right away. Okay. So Jeanette says, did they mention? Oh, did Chat GPT
No,
mention
they
that
never
you played in
mentioned
the NBA?
nothing ever on the NBA.
So they were smart enough to distinguish that you weren't the NBA player,
Right.
not like other things.
And they also
Like
call
Google.
me an American journalist. Even though I'm a journalist, I never thought of being an American journalist.
Well, I mean, that is your nationality. You are American.
I know, but for a computer call me an American journalist.
Probably because if someone's using Chat
GPT.
I know I can't. If they're using that program and let's say they're in the Philippines, then or they're in
I know,
Hong Kong.
I get it. I get that part. It's
Okay.
just weird hearing it from a computer.
Okay.
And then I tried to put. Now I'm thinking, okay, it's just random stuff, blah blah. So I put your name in
And nothing came
and
up.
said you don't exist.
Well, I'm just not famous. That's the thing. I exist. I'm just not famous.
All right.
I'm not famous like you.
I'm infamous.
People know you, and it is quite evident that when you walk down the street, at least 200 people are going to say, Stanley! Okay, not at least 200, but, well, depending on where you are. But we had a bunch of people stop him today, as usual.
Gabriel wrote, I'm glad ChatGPT mentioned that because I thought you were an Arctic journalist.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I can be cold sometimes.
Sometimes.
I can be chilly, like Chilly Willy, like Millie Vanilli. Except for I know who wrote the song.
Oh man. Girl, you know it's true. Is that the same song?
No,
Really should
no, that's not Millie Vanilli.
That's not?
No, that's not.
Yeah, it is. Not funny.
All right. So where were we? All right. So we're getting closer to summer. Summer solstice is coming up soon.
June.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's almost the end of May. Harold says, best lip sync ever. Laugh out loud, Millie Vanilli.
Yeah, because they didn't even know they were lip syncing. It was so bad. I remember they were doing a thing on stage and then the record skipped.
Oh my gosh. How? Oh, I looked that up. And he ran off the stage, didn't
He
he?
didn't know what to do.
How? Like, that is so bad. Like, I wouldn't even
Well, may he
know.
rest in peace. But
Is that the one that?
I don't know.
Is that the
I
one
don't
that
know. One of
committed
them did.
suicide?
One
The
of them
one
did.
that ran? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know one of them committed suicide. The other one's still alive, right?
But you know what though? The funny part about lip syncing is almost every entertainer does it when they do singers.
When they do like live, but it's actually though their voice.
Their voice.
I think Beyonce lip syncs, doesn't she?
I
I could be wrong. I've never seen her in concert.
I'll
so
call her and ask her.
No, you do that.
Yeah.
If
Hey.
you have Beyonce's number, why are you even sitting here at this point?
Hey, Killer B. Oh no, it's Queen B. Hey, Queen B. Oh no, Killer B is what's his name? Killer B is what's his name?
Wow, guys. I'm sorry. Who do I know you? I can't even talk to you right now. Did you just call her Killer B?
Well, I'm off her Christmas list this
Oh
year.
my gosh, I don't think you're on any of them.
She's going. Well, Stanley Roberts off my Christmas list this year.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
Queen Bee. I know. I'm terrible.
Yeah, Chris is right. Most pop artists lip sync when they have heavy choreography. Yeah, because
Because you be always
you be
breathing.
hella
You're
breathing
like,
hard.
yeah.
And Harold also makes a point. I think when they lip sync,
Hello, Terrence.
it
Good
wasn't
evening.
in fashion. But I also think the real bad part about their lip syncing is that when artists
Lip sync. Is
when
that when you walk with us?
when artists lip sync, they normally are the ones that actually recorded that track.
No, wait. Can we go backwards for a minute?
It's their music.
I want to hear how you
But
lip
Millie
sync.
Vanilli,
I want to hear how you lip.
that wasn't even their voices.
I want to hear how you lip sync. I want to.
Lip sync. Lip sync. Hi, Terrence.
It's sync.
That's why I said lip sync. I said sync. You've been saying lip sync the whole
But
time.
she said, I said limp.
But I corrected myself.
Girl, you know, it's true.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Anyways, guys.
So Terrence popped in and said hi, and then he popped out.
Millie Vanilli couldn't sing nor speak coherently.
Well, it was just crazy that it was a big, I mean, every now and then we get this huge scandal that comes up on TV of something that is like some person you thought were like, remember what's her where she fell from grace? What's the girl who fell from grace and then she had to be in a conservatory and
She fell from grace?
yeah, she acted like she was acting a fool on TV in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And she just got her conservatory recently,
No.
where now she's allowed to spend her own money.
Oh, Britney Spears.
Ah, see, say money, you knew what it meant, huh?
No, it took me a second for it to register when you said that she just got her money back. Chris, don't you lip the sink?
When I was growing up, we used to call the sink a zinc. Not me. I knew better. You watch?
Yeah, because every time now I'm like, oh, oysters are high in zinc. He's like, ooh, the sink?
I knew people that called it a sink. They called it a zinc, Z-I-N-C. And I'm like, that's a metal, right? That's a vitamin. Zinc is an actual metal, right? It's like
it's a mineral.
A mineral. Anyway.
Wait, is it a mineral? Let me see.
It's like, it can be either or. I mean, have you seen like I don't know, look it up. Why not the wash basin? Because we don't live in the country.
Oh, zinc is a chemical element with the symbol Zn.
That doesn't tell me much.
Girl, you know it's true. Now I have that song in my head.
Did you hear Bill Epstein's code name for Epstein Island was Microsoft? Speaking about that,
I was right. It's a mineral.
So here's a question for you.
What?
If Apple
Oh gosh, the Windows. Is this the Windows question?
Yeah. What would they leave out?
What they would leave out?
Yeah. If Apple made their own car, what would they leave out?
The Windows.
What else? Forget it.
Wait, let me think. Hold on, let me think.
If Apple made a car, what else would they leave out? Yeah, too much dead air here. Are you still thinking?
I am still thinking.
Phone jacks.
Like the USBs? Oh, like an actual phone jack?
Do you have a phone jack for your phone anymore? Everything's wireless.
No, because it's wireless.
Thank you.
Oh, God, are you upset? Someone said steering wheel. Are you upset?
You know what makes me upset? When people ask me if I'm upset.
Well, no. Ow! Bees, that hurt.
Are you upset?
I'm hurt. No offense. Ow, Bees, that hurt. You squeezed my hand hard.
That was a light squeeze.
No, well, if you squeeze hard, then you're gonna break my hand.
Fingers, not your hand.
No, that was my whole hand you grabbed.
I grabbed your fingers.
No, it hurt my hand.
Whatever. Someone missed the punchline at the time. This time it wasn't me. Thank you. You missed the punchline.
What was phone jack?
Never mind. You're tired. I'll take the fact that you're tired.
I don't understand. I'm also hurt. You squeezed my hand very hard.
Okay, Millie.
How am I Millie?
Faking like you.
I'm not
Bang.
faking. That hurt.
Stanley with a kung fu grip. Whoa.
Don't sing.
Everybody like kung fu fighting. You know it's a good movie?
Girl, you know it's true.
Who sings that?
Me.
No, apparently not.
I'm limp. I'm limp syncing.
Okay. You can't tell something slightly funny when I'm drinking water in front of a bunch of electronics.
Well, you said slightly funny. You didn't laugh.
Yeah, no, but if it had been really funny. Girl, you know it's true.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love you.
It's actually Stanley who missed the punchline. Is the answer in Windows, which is a competitor of
Yeah,
Apple.
that's what I was saying. Windows. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we knew that. That's what I was saying. Windows.
Windows, because it's a competitor. That's why they have. That's why I said
It would
Windows.
have no windows, right?
Yeah.
It was on my tweet earlier today, so I didn't miss the punchline.
Wow. So Miami's up 3-0, huh? Ooh, gosh. Wow. Remember I told you I wanted the Heat to win.
Yeah, I think the Heat should be in Phoenix.
No.
Yeah, the Heat should be in Phoenix.
Well, the Sun
And the
is
Suns should be in Florida.
No.
Florida's a sunshine state, so they have sun. Phoenix is
Arizona is the what state?
hot.
The Grand Canyon
No,
state.
it's too hot state. So this should be called the Heat.
Oh,
I bet you if you switch to, they're out of sync. If you put,
Is that a zinc?
yeah, whatever. If they were to move,
Does that hurt?
no.
Oh.
If they were to move, you want to try it again?
Oh, Anon said Boston was an embarrassment earlier. I missed that. Okay, got it.
I think it hurts. Nah, it doesn't. You saw it. You saw it.
Ow!
See that? No good deed goes unpunished. Come on back up here. Take your punishment.
It really hurt.
I know it did.
I hit this part at
I
the
know.
edge of the table.
You know what? That's why you don't resort to
Can you
violence.
give me a kiss?
Nope.
Please.
Nope. You tried to hit me with it and you hurt yourself. Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Let me put my ice on.
no, okay, you're making it hurt more, actually.
What is happening right now? She tried to hit me.
I tried to hit him on this table,
And she missed.
and he moved his hand, and I hit this bone right here. Ugh, that hurt.
You gotta play it back in slow mo.
No,
Because that was a good one.
that was mean. Oh, I didn't know that, Chris. That the real singer was John Davis. I don't even know who John Davis is.
But no one in the history of in the playoffs has come back from a -3 deficit. In the history of NBA playoffs, no team has ever come back from a negative deficit, come back and won the championship. They may have come back, but they didn't come back to win.
Can you kiss it now, please?
Oh.
Ah, babe! I don't want it to hurt more.
I was trying to move the pain over. No, now you're not thinking about it no more, are you?
Gabriel says that it's going to be rated PG-13.
If I-
Violet.
You know, when people say my arm hurt, can you make the pain go away? You stop on their foot.
You know what?
You know what happens?
You know what? Because the pain transfers
To
somewhere
your
else,
foot.
but now they're in pain on their foot.
But the arm don't hurt no more.
You are a piece of work.
Thank you very much.
Anyways, girl, you know it's true.
Yeah, we're going from PG-13 rated super. Did you write violent
Yeah.
or violent?
Violent.
Oh, okay. It's so small. The words are.
Look at how I made mine.
I see that. You got like old people's fonts.
No, you just make it full screen.
You have that phone where it reads out to you like billboard style.
Okay. Anyways.
No, Diane, not again.
What? No, Dan, not again. What? What did I do, Terrence? Terrence, what did I do?
Everything.
Violet, we gonna make more roses or red poems. Wait, what did I do, Terrence? Not again. Is it because I hit my arm?
Because you call yourself trying to attack me. I think they had a few songs that they ran that they sort of sang. Okay, so we're back to Millie
Milli
Vanilli.
Vanilli.
Yeah. You know what's weird though is that even though we know that their song is fake and we know that they didn't sing it, it still plays on the radio like it's normal.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good song.
Now let me ask you a question.
Oh, Taryn's getting her. I know.
But let me ask you a question. If I were to produce stories and it turns out that every single story I did was plagiarized and not really my work, and it's someone else's work,
They probably wouldn't play
they
it.
wouldn't still play it.
No.
Yeah. Why is that still being played?
Girl, you know it's true.
Oh Lord Jesus, help me.
That's not even the correct way to do it, B. If you're gonna do it, better do it right.
All right, guys. So
We're a little delirious right now, just FYI. I
Yeah.
hurt my wrist.
she's over here trying to beat me up, and she hits a concrete table.
This is not concrete.
This is granite.
Yeah.
Don't take it for granted.
There we are again with those jokes.
Boom. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, that is one of their songs.
What, blame it on the rain?
Yeah, blame it. Whatever.
Harold, look at what you started.
So, Jeanette, so apparently they've watched enough of your videos in Albuquerque that now they're starting to crack down on stuff, and that means you're making change. So I did read that. Congratulations. He's reading Harold's reading all the numbers from Milli Vanilli, all the names,
Oh, the songs?
songs. I've only heard one though, and we knew that it wasn't true because they didn't sing it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
All right, so, and I noticed that our audience is more people are joining right now.
As we keep sinking. Oh, Betty Veronica's there.
Yay! Baby Veronica. I bet you one of the people who just joined was he usually should have about right now.
Well, should we start our podcast at 8:00
No.
Pacific?
No.
Just kidding.
You know who else hasn't shown up
kidding.
yet? Stefan.
Oh, from Amsterdam.
From Switzerland. So if you watch later, Stefan, we thought about you today.
We
And
did.
David F. Baum, we thought about you today too, even though you're not here with us. And anybody else we thought about?
Yeah, we thought about Maria and
I just met a girl named Maria.
Betty. We had mentioned you earlier, so it's nice to see you here. Gabriel says, I don't think Amsterdam is in Switzerland.
Nope.
I didn't say.
Oh, by the way.
I didn't say Amsterdam is in Switzerland.
No, you didn't. But I posted a picture of a drink, which got a lot of traction. A lot of people were talking about the drink. And it turns out that the drink, everybody was like trying to figure out what it was. And it was orange juice and cranberry juice. And my sister Cheryl discovered this drink in the Netherlands. The Netherlands, of all places. It was really good.
That sounds like a lot of sugar.
It was really good.
Okay.
It was really good.
I might have to try it while I have some protein in my system.
Let me take protein in my system. You know, it's a new thing now, since you mentioned it. So when you go to restaurants and order food, they don't ask you what kind of meat you want. They ask you what kind of protein do you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it doesn't say what kind of meat, it says what kind of protein. So
who asked that?
Pick your protein, and then pick your other stuff like rice and.
What restaurant is that?
A few restaurants now are doing that now.
Oh.
It says pick your protein.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, I have. That would be great to have. What happened to episode of your Hall of Fame peeps behaving badly?
The way Harold
wrote
wrote behave badly.
Yeah. So as much as we want to hang out and talk for another 2 hours, we need to get some rest. We need to.
And we also need to sing.
Oh my God! Stop.
I'm gonna be singing that all night now. Oh, you know what I'll do later? Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll just do it. Thanks for the ideas, Harold.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. If you don't know me by now.
Ooh, I love that song.
Chris says I need to get my butt to work.
Oh, have a good work day, Chris. I forgot it's Monday there.
Yes, Sunday here.
Sunday evening here.
Logged in.
Well, the sun hasn't set yet.
Nothing better than cuddling under the blanket watching TV.
Who are you gonna cuddle with? I'm doing work. I'll probably do work for like 30 minutes and then.
Yeah, I'll be asleep by then.
Oh, it's Monday at 11 a.m. here.
Local.
Oh, did you already have coffee, Chris?
You know, it's funny, Jeanette. It does work that way. I'll do stories and no one will. It'll be dead silence, and then all of a sudden, one day out of clear blue sky, it's like it was their own idea. They decided to cover the story that you've been covering for months. It's like I remember when I used to cover all the people with their cell phones, and then one day some dude decided to buy some billboards to put pictures of people on their cell phones on the billboard.
Oh yeah.
And it became a huge story. And I said, you know, I've been covering this kind of stuff for like the last 5 years. Oh, you just sour oranges or sour apples, whatever you call them. Because
he called you sour
no,
apples?
people were like, because I was like bringing it up.
Oh.
I'm like, but how is that a big story when I've been doing it forever? Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Chris. Glad you had your coffee. I will not have coffee tonight.
Yeah, I feel like I need some coffee.
No, we need sleep.
No, I said I feel like I need coffee, but I'm not going to get coffee.
We didn't have coffee for the first time today until
11.
Was it 11? No,
One.
No, like I think like almost 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we had to get out and park and walk and park and walk and walk and park.
We did eat breakfast. I always eat breakfast within half an hour to an hour of waking. So we had a small breakfast before we headed out, and then we had a much bigger meal like at like 11 o'clock.
Chris said he drink decaf. To me, it's like drinking non-alcoholic beer.
Decaf, you'll be okay to sleep. Oh yeah, we do have some decaf, but I'm not craving coffee right now. If you are, you could have some decaf. We have some decaf beans we can just grind.
Yeah.
Grind.
Anything you want to say before we wrap? So, because you know, last time we were on here for almost
2 hours.
Almost an hour and 45 minutes, but it was fun. It was fun.
You need to stop drinking sparkling water while doing the podcast. It was fun.
Yeah, guys, we enjoyed your company today.
We really did.
Yeah,
what if we just did the whole podcast like that the whole time while we were talking? You guys, I know we're weird.
No, don't put us in here.
Okay, he's weird. All right.
Wow.
Do I have anything to say before going? Have a great week, guys. Don't forget to eat nourishing foods. And again, follow me on Instagram if you want at nourishmyheart_. I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive on social media.
And by the way, Gabriel, we did see that alert because I thought about driving to the airport just to document what was going on.
That was actually after we ate.
But we were so tired. She came home and took a nap.
A very long nap.
Not so much.
Yeah.
But once I break this whole gear down, I'm going to go lay down and watch something on TV, a movie or something, or a series. Good chance I'm going to probably
knock out early
in a few minutes.
Well, also stay tuned for his Beta Breakers piece, which will be out this week.
Yeah, it'll be. I'll probably have it ready tomorrow, I hope. I finally got it in my mind of how to write it, and I started laying down the foundation. So I think. Thank you. Have a great week and a happy anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. No, I actually didn't forget. I just didn't think about it in the moment. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you. Have a great week, everybody. Hey, Harold, thank you. I'm on vacation this week. Enjoy yourself. I'll be able to do something fun.
Oh yeah, have fun.
I'm trying to convince Diane to go to on my birthday to go to Georgia so we can tour the Slave Museum.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
No, there's a Slave
We
Museum.
can do whatever you want, to be honest. I don't care.
Everybody's lipstick now.
As long as I'm with you.
We want it to sound just like on the record. You know what's funny though? You're right. When I go hear a concert, I want to hear it like it sounds on the record.
You don't like hearing stuff live?
I'm not a big live person.
Oh, I think certain artists are good live. Thanks, Terrence.
I want to hear it just like it on the record. So I want to sing it to the same rhythm that I hear in the song when I'm driving down the street. I don't want you to stop and insert words that didn't exist before. I want to hear it just the way it sounds on the record. Is that wrong?
No, I mean, everyone everyone has their preferences.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah, I've been to the Museum of Tolerance in LA, and I've also been to the Jewish Museum, the museum in DC.
I haven't been to any of the museums in DC, so I don't know.
Yeah, I took my girls, and because I have relatives that are in the federal, we ended up getting a private
Private tour.
tour of the whole place. So we were the only ones in there. Hey, David. Well, so nice of you to join us. We've been chit-chatting away. Just got a good San Francisco Mission style burrito. We just had one too.
Nice.
But we had grilled pork. No, it was
Beef tongue.
no.
Isn't it beef tongue?
No. It was fried pork.
Oh, okay.
It's good. It was good. We always split a burrito in half, but I had a big lunch. Yours was mediocre size.
Yeah, it was good enough.
With
for
the
me.
Boulevard Cafe.
Good portions. So, David F. Thanks for joining us. We are going to head out.
About to wrap up a little bit. We've been up since pork works. Yeah, I love it. Good burrito is hard to find. Also, guys, so our next big investment is we're looking for, if everybody has any suggestions, we need the editing. I've been ramping up editing, but this laptop doesn't like it too much. So I need a bit of desktop, and I'm trying to debate if I should get Apple or PC so that they can hold more RAM.
Mm-hmm.
RAM, you.
For editing.
Editing, yeah.
This processing system.
Yeah, the system is. Oh, thank you, David, for the super sticker. We thank you very, very much.
Oh, thanks, David.
So just as you know how you mentioned something that you try to get what you need to get,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get it shows your phone's listening.
Oh yeah, I know, because it's going to show up on my phone.
So I get a message from Costco saying that they have their Apple tower, just a tower,
Mm-hmm.
on sale for $1,400.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw the same one at Apple for $3,000.
It's the same exact one?
Same exact one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Except for, no, theirs is 2023. This one is 2022.
The Costco one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
makes sense.
So, but that
remember when I got my MacBook, this is a 2015, but I didn't get it till 2017. So,
Yeah.
And it's still, this is.
Oh, yeah, yours works pretty good.
This is like 8 years old.
Yeah. So, and then the keyboard
Think about it, yeah.
for Adobe is another $150.
Yeah. I know it's really hard to edit on laptops, I think. But I think what's more important is if any of you guys have any like recommendations for Gabriel says he always prefers PC.
Or even if you work for like Apple and you have like the big Apple discount that you can throw in there.
Yeah, if you know anybody that does, that would be great. Because we need better equipment. Well, he primarily needs the better equipment for editing. I don't personally edit. Like I will edit short things like for social media. That for me, I don't necessarily need a computer. But as we start like doing, like remember, I don't know, you did mention we're going to be starting to do PSAs. So as we start doing these PSAs and ramping up, we will need like better equipment and stuff that's going to help us to be able to do things faster. So
yeah. So it's fun. It's all fun, but it's not by any chance, by any way, shape, or form, a cheap undertaking.
David says, "Oh, that's more than a super sticker." Oh God, well no, but we still appreciate anything that you give us or anything that anybody gives us. So
yeah. So she's always been Somebody wrote that you have an Apple and I have a Mac.
That's what David says. Yes, I do have a Mac. So for me, historically, up until this was my second MacBook. So in college, I got my first. No, was it college? I think it was my last year of college, or maybe it was right after college. I got my first MacBook. It was one of those like white ones. Before that, I had been strictly PC. Historically, with PCs, I've had issues of the laptops and only laptops. The laptops only lasting for like 3 to 4 years max. So my freshman year of college, I had a Dell laptop. I had to get a new one because someone spilled water on it. So then I got a Toshiba laptop, and that Toshiba laptop lasted me for just about 3 years. So yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, I got my first MacBook shortly after I graduated. And then that lasted me up until, so that lasted me for, let me see, that lasted me for 10 years. And then I got this MacBook, and now this MacBook has lasted me for, I can't count.
Let me see your water.
Has lasted me for 8 years. So, yes.
This is Diane's water. She has her own. She has certain elements in it.
It's still hogging the water again. Oh, yeah. This is my water. He's got the sparkling water, which is not so great for you on the podcast, but that's okay.
She puts like sodium and...
I put unrefined sea salt in mine. Yeah. So anyways, that's why I have now a MacBook, because historically for me, PC laptops don't last as long. So if I'm going to get a laptop, it's going to be a Mac, because historically they have lasted longer for me. And I'm now used to using a Mac so often that I just prefer them.
Now, I used to be an Android, but she turned me on to the Apple, which I like. I like Apple because it tends to be sturdier.
Mm-hmm.
And,
over phones.
And it's easier to use for me. So, but when it comes to laptops, I've always been a PC person. But I understand that Apple makes some pretty strong editing for editing.
Mm-hmm. William said something. I'm not sure what that relates to.
I don't think it's the exact same computer. Look at the CPU and the RAM and the hard drive and the hard drive speed, video card. Apple computers sold at Costco and
I'm assuming Best Buy
are cheaper but lower specs. That's interesting. Thank you. Yeah, definitely need higher spec. But this one was 512 RAM.
I think you're saying 512 gigabytes, aren't you?
Hold on, no. Yeah, 500 gigabytes. Let me look. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Tell me if this is what I need, because one of you guys can tell me better than I know. If this is, because I don't want to buy it and it doesn't work for me. Now, to keep in mind, though, I don't use it for anything other than editing. So I'm not like going to be watching anything on it of value, except for the stuff that I put together. It'll be strictly for work and not for play. So,
David F. Baum says, but he is a sparkling character. Indeed, he is. David, you might have missed it, but Stanley squeezed my fingers really hard, and I tried to squeeze his fingers hard back, didn't work. And then I tried to hit his hand while it was posted on our table, and he moved it, and I hit this part of my hand trying to get him back. So he's definitely a sparkling character.
Word.
Just kidding. Gabriel bought a new Android phone today, but it hasn't arrived yet. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I the last time. Okay, so I have had an iPhone since 2009. I think we talked about this in previous podcasts, but my first iPhone was a iPhone 3GS. Before that, I had a Samsung Blackjack. Would that be considered an Android? I don't even know.
Yeah.
A Samsung Blackjack?
I think other than iOS is Android.
Because the Samsung Blackjack it was kind of like a BlackBerry, but it had a keyboard.
Okay, let me read this out to somebody who may know.
Wait, was your BlackBerry an Android?
It was BlackBerry. BlackBerry was all by itself, but they went out of business, I think, or they only make certain ones. Okay. So this is what this Apple one has, and I don't know anything about computers enough to know about getting something good or not. It has Mac chip for Jack Leap and CPU. Then it has GPU and machine learning performance, 10-core CPU, 24-core GPU, and 34 gigabytes unfiled memory. Makes everything you do fast and fluid. But it also has 512 gigabytes. So tell me why.
Oh no. Don't sing.
So tell me if that's something I could use for editing, or that'll be just a waste of my money. So if that's the case, then I gotta get the one that costs a whole lot of money.
Ugh.
Yeah, no.
Well, so a lot of people, looks like here, Terrence says he does most of his photo and video editing on iPhone, but I guess it depends on what equipment you're also using to record, because for him, he uses a big, is it a 4K camera?
Yes.
a big 4K camera. So to edit on an iPhone or an iPad with that wouldn't work,
I
right?
mean, I use a gamer laptop. Okay, so 512 gigabytes hard drive is much too small for video editing. Oh, okay. Well,
So what, William? Are we thinking terabytes then? Like two terabytes?
Boomer has Apple Millennial. Android does not compute. So David wrote, we just want to know that you will not kill him when you sleep. Stanley, you take care of yourself, and you take care. I'm reading slow because it's so small, and I'm just trying to read it. Good care of her. Seems you've won the lottery.
On mates, she's a peach.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, but I love you.
All right. Well,
Okay, William says at least 2 terabytes.
wow, that's huge.
That is huge. I think. Let me see what the specs are on my laptop.
This laptop doesn't have 2 terabytes,
This
so
laptop,
I'm really struggling then.
This laptop I have has. Wait, when we say gigabytes,
Because I use terabytes, but I put them in the cloud.
are we talking about memory or storage?
I don't know.
This one is 500 gigabytes.
I don't know what this one is, but I'm scared to look. I don't even know how to look.
You're scared to look, it might shut down.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you still gotta look.
Wow, Chris's gaming laptop has 4 terabytes. Wow.
I guess we were playing in
Yeah.
elementary class.
Okay, so when we're talking about terabytes, though, we are talking about storage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Williams is 500 gigabytes.
Well, I use an external hard drive for storage.
Well, no, I'm trying to understand. Are we talking about storage? Because I'm not really sure what any of this means.
Well, gigabytes is storage.
Okay. Well, because for memory, my laptop has 16 gigabytes for memory. Is that right?
I don't know. All right. Anyway.
Oh, here.
We'll come back and discuss this more. But I do need to upgrade because this one's struggling sometimes.
Oh, are we talking about the processor?
I don't know. I got to find an expert.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not an expert. Clearly, I'm not an expert.
Thank you, David. We love you too, man. We do. What's that?
Wakanda?
Wakanda for life. All right. So, hey.
Thanks, David.
I'm Millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And we're going to wrap this one up. We said we're going to be shorter today, but we still ended up being an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, we did. Okay, because I want to knock out.
You want to play basketball?
I want to Steph Curry. Night, night.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great week.
We do appreciate everything you do and everything you say. And we know that I feel like a broken record, but I have to say this. You can be anywhere, but you're with us. We appreciate that.
We do. We really do. No, it's not a broken record. We mean it.
We mean it. All right, guys. Super sticker. Oh, thank you, David. We appreciate the super sticker. And everybody who,
thank you, David.
If you drop stars, we appreciate the stars too. If you're on Facebook or if you did bits on Twitch, we appreciate it as well. People don't know how those things work, but on Twitch, each bit is a penny. And I think on Twitter, on Facebook, each star is a penny. So whenever you donate a penny, then I think it's,
sorry, it's a penny,
yeah.
Or like a bit, it's a penny?
Right.
Okay.
So you're giving a penny. Penny for your thoughts, a nickel for your kiss.
I never heard that before.
It's a song.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Thank you for listening to Millennial Boom with Diane Faith and Stanley Roberts. Millennial Boom and Reasons Why Aliens Will Never Invade Earth and Caught Misbehaving videos are made possible through viewer donations. Check out www.linktree.com/MrBadleyTV to see how you can help. See you next week.